Hello everyone, welcome back to the series of tutorials on Python programming. I am Deepak Punyal, and in previous few videos we discussed about file handling. So these are four videos, lecture 20 to 23. So we talked about basics of file handling, then three problems: copy text from one file to another file, copy text content from two files to a new file, and then swap content of two files using Python. Now in this tutorial I am going to discuss all these things in a practical way. So what I am going to do here, I have created these two files, input1, input2, and data.csv. So let's try to read first data.csv using pandas. So that is the first thing we discussed as PD. So this is very easy thing. What you have to do, you have to create a data frame variable which is df. You can create another name for this, and then pd.read csv, and you can pass name here. So keep in mind that the program that you are writing here should be in the same directory as you have this file data.csv. And now I will write data.csv. If you open this data.csv, here are some roll numbers and names. So let's try to read this, and then you can print df. In Jupyter Notebook you don't need to use print function like this, but if you do so there will be no difference. And you can see we have read data frame. So this is very easy way, but we are not going to discuss this thing in detail here. So let's start reading the file in another way without using pandas. So what we will do, we will open a file. So let's open this file, input1.txt. So these are programming languages. I have written 5 programming languages here. So just read input1.txt, and when you open this file you need to provide a mode here, which is R in this case, and it will provide you a handler. So you can write f1 equal to open file name and then mode. And once you have file handler, you can read the file content like this and store it in data. Maybe I can make it data1, and then you can print data1. So you can see the content we have in this file is here: Python, then slash n, JavaScript slash n, Java slash n, C slash n, and C++. So actually slash n is new line here, so it's reading it in this way. You can also use another way to read this file. For that you can change the handler maybe, or what you can do, you have already have handler, so just change the variable name. So f1 dot read lines, this is another function. What it does, it reads the content of that file in a list. So now this data2 is a list. If you want to print this data2, you can see that. Okay, so the problem here is we have a pointer which start from this place and goes till end, right? And we have not closed this file yet, so actually this pointer is here after C++, and that's why it's reading null content, or you can say empty content. What we can do, we can again open this file, or maybe we can just close this file, or before this you can just check f1 dot closed, and as this file is not closed yet, you will get false here. It's just a variable, not a function. So f1 dot closed is false. Now what you have to do, you need to close this file handler, and again after this you can check whether it is closed or not, and now it is true. So what you can do, you can just copy this thing from here, this one, and change the handler name. I will make it f2. So we are reading file. Now you have to take another variable data2 and f1 dot read lines. Now we have data in data2. Okay, f1 is closed, that's why it's giving us error. Make it f2. Now you can see we have Python, JavaScript, Java, C and C++ in list, and all of these are different elements. So if you want to print these things in this way, what you have to do, for program or programming you can write, or you can just write language in data2, and then you can print each language in a new line like this. So it already had some new lines here, right? So one new line is from this thing, and another new line is of this print function. You can also do one thing here, just take the whole string except last one. Now you can print it again, and here is no extra new line now, right? So I hope it's clear to you how you can read the file. Now what I want to do, I want to read one file and write it to another file, but before that I will use with the statement so that you don't need to close the file again and again. But before that, let's close this file. Now F2 is also closed. Now do with open file name is input1.txt, and then open it in read mode. So this is another way of reading and writing files we already discussed about with the statement. And now you can write as F1 here. I will write F3 because F1 and F2 has already been declared above. If you declare F1 here, it will not change anything, but I am just doing it for the clarity. Now F3 dot read, and you can put it inside data variable, maybe data3, and then do it like this, and here is the output, right? Similarly, I want to do with read lines, make it F4 and then data 4. It will print a list actually. So if you do not want to print that list, what you have to do, for language in data 4 and print language, and remove this last character here, and here is the output similar to this. So this is the way you are reading file. Now if you want to write file, you can open one file in read mode, input1.txt, and open another file, output.txt, and its mode should be writing mode as F5, and open this as F4, or F4 we have already given above, so F4 and F6. Now we have two files, one is opened in read mode, another is opened in write mode. So this is write only mode. So what you have to do, just read the file and write it to F6. So what you can do, F6 dot write, and pass whatever you have read from this file, and in this way you will create a new file here. You can see we have only three files, data, input1, input2, but after this statement you will be creating another file with name output.txt. So statement is executed. Now you can see here output.txt is here. We have read from input 1. Now just see Python, JavaScript, Java, C and C++ is here in output.txt, and input1.txt is also same. So basically we have written one file to another file. Now just go above and see what other problems we have. We have to append a file. We have to copy text from one file to another file. Read text from, we have already done this. Read text from two files and write to third file, and swap the content of two files. So basically when we are reading content from two files and writing to third file, we can do it by appending. So what we have to do, just open, maybe make it F7 and read input 2 and open this output.txt in append mode. We will not open it in write mode, because if you open this file in write mode, it will overwrite it as F8. And now same thing we have to do, F8 dot write, and you have to read F7 dot read. So you are reading second file and writing it to output.txt. So let's execute it. We have executed it. Now we have output.txt. You can see we we were having these five languages already there, and now these five languages are written. The only thing that is looking weird here is that after C++, we were expecting that we'll get a new line and then we'll have Kotlin, but there is no new line. That is because C++ do not have any new line after this. If you want to get a new line, you can write a new line here, right? Or maybe you can do some manipulation and you will get a new line, right? So this is one thing. Now just close it and do one thing, remove everything from here, save this file. Now output.txt is blank. Now I will read input dot input1.txt and input2.txt, and then write it to output.txt. So let's open input1.txt and open this file in read mode as F9, open input.2.txt as F10, and we need to open another file, open output.txt, which is blank till now, in writing mode. You can also open it in append mode, but it's not needed, as F11. And then what you have to do, you can read the data from F9 dot read. You can get a new line here, and then you can read content of F10. So you basically have F9, content of F9 means content of input1.txt. After this you will get new line here, then you will get content of this, and both the contents will be concatenated together in the data. And once it is done, you can use F11 to write the content to another file, output.txt. Or you can remove this data variable from here, just write it directly like this, and now we are going to eliminate one line. So let's see this. I hope everything is okay here. Both the files are open in read mode, it's in write mode, and we are writing content of these two files into this third file. So we have executed the statement. Now just go here, open output, and you can see now there is a new line after C++, and content is written over this. Clear? So I will close these files. Now we have another problem statement, swap the content of two files. So you have input1.txt and input2.txt. You can see it clearly. C++ is the last programming language in input.txt, input1.txt, and in the input2.txt we have PHP in the end. Now we are going to swap the whole content of these two files. What you have to do, just open these two files, copy it from here. So make it F12, make it F13, and we'll be opening this file in read and write mode. So I will make it R plus. Similarly, make it R plus. Now what we have to do, F12 dot read and make it content 1. Similarly, read another one, content 2, F13 dot read. So basically you have content 1 and content 2, and content 1 will basically contain this thing, input 1.txt, so C++ in the end, right, and PHP in the end of content 2. Now we have to execute the write function. So F12 dot write, and we'll give it content 2. Similarly, F13 dot write and content 1. So this is how we are swapping the content here. You can see input 1, input 2. Now execute this statement. Statement is executed. Now go to these files. Okay, so you can see here actually the content is appended to this, and it's a problem because when you read the file, you basically pointer moves from here to this place, and then writing start from this place, right? So this is the problem that we need to solve. So let's make changes again. Remove the content. Input 2 is updated and input 1 is updated. So what is our task now? We have to move that pointer to the first place again here, right? So once it is done, it will start writing from this place. Or what you can do, once you have read the content, you can write the content by opening these files again in writing mode. I will write the comment here. So this code doesn't work as expected. So what we have to do, I will copy this whole content. So with open input 1 dot txt in read mode and input 2 dot txt in only read mode, make it F14, make it F15, or it's fine if it is F12, and create two variable, content 1 which is blank, and similarly content 2 which is also blank. So both these contents are blank as of now. Let's remove this thing, right? And if you want to print the content, you can do so, content 1 and print content 2. So this is content 1, this is content 2. If you want to differentiate between these two, you can just give a line here and then see that this is content 1, this is content 2. Clear? Now we have content 1 and content 2 variable. So what we can do, we can open this thing in write mode again. Just go to another cell, make it F14, make it F15. You can do this thing in this cell also, but I am just doing it in another one for the clarity. Make it right. Don't make it append as of now because it will append the text in previous file. Now we want to overwrite previous one and write it as a new file, and there is a logical reason behind this. You can tell me in the comments why you are doing so. If we try to append, what is going to happen, right? Or even if we move a pointer to the beginning, so what kind of problems it could face? Clear? So you can tell me these things in comment. Now we have opened this file in write mode and another file in write mode. Now just copy these things from here. So it is F14 now, and it is F15 now. Content 2 will be returned to the first file, content 1 will return to the second file. And after this, now I am printing content 1 and content 2 again. Let's run this. Okay, there is no change in the content 1 and content 2 because content 1 and content 2 is same again. But if you read the file, let me execute it first, or maybe I will check it. Open the input one. Now you can see input one is PHP. Now you can see input one was first C++ at the end, and input 2 is C++ now. So content is changed, right? You can execute this statement again and check the content of these two files. Content 1 and content 2 is blank. Execute it. Now you can see here we are getting C++ at the end and PHP at the end of second file, but now we are getting PHP at the end of first file and C++ at the end of second file. So this is how we have swapped the content. If you want to do all these things in a single cell, we can do so. Let me try that again. I will copy the content directly, and now I have to open this file in a read mode. I will copy this because if I type this again and again, it will be difficult for me. Now you can see we have content 1 and content 2, and what we are doing, we are opening first file in read mode, second file in read mode, and just try to print content 1 and content 2. Alright, now we have content 1 and content 2, it will be printed. Now we'll swap the content in this code, and after this just try to read the content again and print the content again, and you should have the content changed now. Let's run this whole code, and this will do what you need. Now you can see this is content 1 now because we have swapped it previously. This is content 2, but after swapping this is content 1 and this is content 2, right? So I hope it's clear to you. We have discussed everything that we have discussed in theoretical lectures in these 4 lectures. If you have any doubt or query regarding any of these things, you can always write in the comments or ask me through other channels that I have provided in description. I will try to respond back as soon as possible. Okay, and also check my GitHub profile so that you can see all these codes that I am writing here. Okay, so see you in the next video with some new concept and new tutorial. Till then, thank you so much.